he's so mad that it's kind of a superpower for him. He's so angry that even a cattle prod don't affect him.
I know, right?
He's so mad that anger just absorbs the bolts right there. I mean, that would electrocute a man right there.
The electricity is scared to run through his body.
Double Toasted Live is out there. We got 2 more cities to go to. Santa Monica, California on November 14th, and Seattle, Washington on December 12th. You can go to dtmerch.com to buy your tickets. You can go to x1entertainment.com, which is where the tickets are actually being sold. And you can also find a link on doubletoasted.com. This has been a big year for Stephen King.
Oh, yeah.
Out there. We have so many Stephen King adaptations. We got Life of Chuck. We got Welcome to Derry. I'll even throw that damn monkey up in there.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, the funky monkey came up in here. Some people like that. Some people don't, but I thought it was all right. And we have everything. Since you got so much.
The Long Walk.
The Long Walk. Well, hold on. I'm not getting to that. Hold on, y'all. I know. I don't blame you.
I'll wait for him to say it.
I saw that. The Long Walk. The moment Martin said it, Long Walk. Long Walk. Long Walk. Yeah, Long Walk. That's what you get for following.
Yeah, I won't be the first one to say it.
But you damn sure be the second.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man, you got everything ranging from the feel-good movie of the year to horror. And then you got the not so feel-good movie of the year. Hit it.
The Long Walk.
You told him to hit it.
Go sit there.
No, you told him to hit it.
No. The Long Walk.
Yeah.
Many say that that movie right there is a great film that they never want to see again. I actually think it's a great movie and I want to see it again, but I understand everybody that don't want to see it again because they say it's just too damn depressing.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
Some people say it's movie of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great film. If you can stomach it, see it once.
Yeah, I saw it twice.
Yeah, no, I love this movie. It is on my list of definitely my top 5 of great movies this year to come out. But you know what? I get it. If that is too depressing for you, because this right here is a dystopian thriller where they kill kids. Yeah, that's pretty damn depressing, right? So I understand that, if you like your dystopia with a bit of fun,
yeah,
some action up in there, Mr. King got you covered. We got a remake to a movie that some say was pretty fun back in the day. Some say it just did not do the source material justice. But either way it goes, we got an alternative right here in the form of the remake of The Running Man. So this plot, listen, it starts out depressing. Starts out pretty grim. This man right here, I mean, look how grim that is. That man got problems.
Look at how furrowed his brow is.
That man, he mad walking. And if you look at everybody just kind of saying, look, woe is me.
All in Hoodie City.
Yeah, everybody got a hoodie on, man.
Damn. I didn't even recognize that watching the movie.
It's kind of like The Long Walk. If you ain't got a hoodie on, you're going to get shot. The long hoodie. But yeah, this starts out kind of depressing, man. And this man right here, that's Ben Richards. He has a reason to be upset right now. He's a blue-collar guy with major anger issues. He's lost so many jobs to insubordination. Why? Because he's just mad. Somebody said something he didn't like. He stood up for somebody, and that mouthed off at the wrong time. And you know what? Thing is, people, you're probably saying, well, just, shut your ass up and get back to work. I get that. But listen to Ben's story right here, because it's not that simple. He's living in a society where the poor get more oppressed and desperate all the time, to where the country gets entertainment from watching them risk their lives for cash. Now, my man has a sick daughter, and he's got a wife who's working a dead-end job at a sleazy club somewhere. And because his daughter has the flu, if she don't get some medicine real quick, she gonna die. But healthcare Ain't what it is.
No.
This is what it is now.
Yeah, kind of ain't no difference. Yeah. Good luck escaping reality when you go see it. But yeah, hell, you thought healthcare was bad right now. He can't get no medicine for his daughter. She's gonna die if he doesn't get it. So he just says, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and sign up for one of these crazy ass shows where people risk their lives for cash. But he's smart about it. He says, you know what? I'm gonna try out for one of the non-lethal ones. And one of the, you go in there, I might end up breaking an arm or something, but then I'll come back with
I get $100 and
yeah. $100. Let's not go crazy now. But that's when he meets the man himself, super producer and owner of the network, Dan Killian. He tells Ben, he says, you know what, man? You got what it takes to be on The Running Man. The Running Man is the biggest show out there where if you can last for 30 days and escape these group of people called hunters, who they live by their name, they run around with weapons and they pretty much track you down. And it's not easy because you think, well, I just go and hide. But the whole city has been encouraged to rat you out. Yeah. Some people can get a little pay here and there, a little scratch for for your service. And also, I mean, if Ben doesn't die, then what's the fun of watching the show? Nobody want to watch anything like that. And also, Dan Killian politely saying, hey, kid, you got what it takes. You're tracking well. People love you. That means you're going to get your ass on that show, whether you want to or not. So how does that work out for old Ben right here? Well, I'll tell you what, y'all. Let the fun begin as The Running Man is here now. We have our review for you, and we'll be back with our review right after this.
Ben Richards.
This is America, goddammit! And we don't put up with no bullshit!
I still love that line.
I know I do too.
Coleman Domingo, one of my favorites.
Hey, you better run!
That's what I'm doing.
You gonna tell me? I love when people say, you better run. That's what
Why you already running?
I got a grenade!
Some of you might already know, are familiar with the name The Running Man. For some of you, it's a dance out there, as we said. Very popular dance. Some of you were hoping that this movie would be based on that dance.
I mean, from our earlier conversation, I think that's the reference point most of our audience had.
Yeah. If you're a younger person, you probably thought, oh man, they finally made that dance into a movie. I can't wait. 2 hours of people just doing this. But if you're a little older, or if you are somebody who actually enjoys cinema, I'm looking at you. This was what, 87? The first Running Man?
The original?
Yeah. You don't even know that exists. Do you?
Come on, bro.
Yeah, he don't watch movies.
I'd heard of it.
Yeah,
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I know who in it. Arnold.
Yeah, because you probably
Arnold who?
Yeah,
Arnold Palmer?
No, Swords.
Arnold the Aardvark.
Hey, Arnold.
This is a movie came out in 1987, the original, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and this is based on a Stephen King novel. Actually, he wrote it under alias, Richard Bachman. Yeah, but with the 87 movie, man, I know it's not good, but I'm a fan of that movie. I think it's like just pure 80s campy fun, and I enjoy it for what it is. I know it's not faithful to the book. I know that it's silly, but I still have fun with it. But I do admit that they can do better. I very much admit that. I would even say that for the longest time, I've been waiting for a remake of that.
Sure.
Because I really like this movie so much. And that's why I was really happy to hear that Edgar Wright was doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Shaun of the Dead. I love Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, Baby Driver.
No, not really.
Nah, man.
Y'all fuck with Baby Driver?
Nah.
I like it better than him. He doesn't
I love
like it at
Baby
all.
Driver.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some fun stuff in there.
Yeah, damn, Martin.
You know what? When you see Pulp Fiction, then come back to me.
No.
That's a real movie.
No.
Well, you can't say nothing tonight.
No, baby,
man, never seen Pulp Fiction over here.
Why would you?
I'm telling everybody.
Alright.
But anyway, I love Edgar Wright. I love his sense of humor. I love some of the other movies that he's done too. Maybe not in their entirety, but I think he's a great director.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim versus the
So,
World.
man, how can I forget? Scott Pilgrim versus the World is amazing.
Yeah.
Criminally underrated, that movie. But as far as this movie comes out, or this movie that came out, Edgar Wright's version of this, Stephen King is one of the producers on it. And Stephen King came in and he said, you know what? I really like this. I love this. It's actually, if you ask me, it's Die Hard for today. And some people, you look, all right, look, man, respect you. You're the king of everything now, but slow your ass down.
Yeah, Stephen King had a habit of putting his name on everything for a while.
And just exaggerate. There's been so much bullshit. He's been like, this is amazing. No, and then you watch it and like, okay, man, I love Stephen King, but you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a bunch of novels I read because his name was on it, endorsing it. And I was like, and when it was done, I was like, you had me read this?
Yeah, yeah. But I see what he's talking about because I don't think he's necessarily saying like this is Die Hard as in the movie itself for a new generation. I think what he's doing is, and this is me just kind of second guessing him. I think he's comparing Glenn Powell's character. Glenn Powell plays Ben Carson?
No, Ben Richards.
Ben Richards. Glenn Powell, his character is pretty much a Bruce Willis character in the movie, man. And I think that's appropriate. I think for Glenn Powell, I think that this movie is great for him. He's charismatic enough to be a leading man. He's buff enough, as you can see in some scenes in the movie here. He's buff enough to be an action star. He did many of his own stunts in the movie. When you look at some of the things that he's done in the film, it's like, wow, he committed to this, man. He committed to not only this film, but I think he's committing to being an action star. Somebody that wants to make more movies with action in them.
I'm just in a towel. It's a little chilly. It's February in Bulgaria. We're good, baby. Now it's running, man.
So he's committing to this, man. But the most important thing is that he's sympathetic enough, I think, to where you can, for the rare moments that the movie has some deep drama going on, he's able to get sympathy from the crowd. He's able to actually have people not only root for him through the running man and the situation he put himself into, but even before it starts, you just feel bad for him.
Yeah,
I think Martin, I feel shit for this.
Well, it's because he's going in for actually a good reason that I feel like everybody would do it for.
What you talking about for his daughter?
Yeah, for his daughter. What, you ain't going in there for your daughter, Martin?
Martin's like, I wouldn't do hell no. She just had to.
He had other options.
He's like, she better take some Robitussin to get over that shit. I ain't gonna put myself in a running man. Well, Martin, I get it with you in a way because I like him in the movie. I like Glenn Powell. I think I think he just has a lot of charm on the screen, man. I think he's they're pushing him to be a star. He's one of those people that they are pushing to be a star.
Yeah, they're really. I mean, there's kind of a backlash against him or people who are not taking him because you can feel that they're pushing him on us. Mm-hmm. But he's good enough. The thing is, handsome white actors with medium to light to medium brown hair are always, they have an advantage. People always just have a tendency to like them when they don't even do much. Now, I think he does have the quality to be a star, but there is a bit of like, people are like, hey, slow down so much.
Hey, listen,
that Brad Pitt shit.
Listen, we know the deal with Hollywood. I wasn't gonna bring it up since we're talking about, because we know. If, like you said, if you're a white male with brown hair, that he has that look, you are fast tracked. Nobody gets that kind of advantage. Mm-mm. Nobody gets that kind of push. Yeah. So I understand. With that said, I really do think Glenn Powell is great.
He's likable enough, and we've seen him, especially in Linklater movies, that he can act.
Yeah.
He's not just a stiff. So, it makes sense to cast him in it, especially since he's on the come up right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I would-
He's good.
Now I reject the Die Hard comparison of him, Bruce Willis, because Bruce Willis, he's built like a superhero. Like Glenn Powell looks like he's just waiting for Marvel to call. And Bruce Willis was more built like he was like an average guy, just a New York City cop.
I'm talking about from the likability. Bruce Willis was an action star that because I think Die Hard made him an action star because a lot of people don't understand the physical side of it played a lot into it, but it's because he was an everyday dude that everybody liked.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Glenn Powell is doing here in this movie. He's playing a blue collar guy, pretty much an everyday guy, and he's fighting the system, and I think everybody can root for that. And I think he plays it well. I will say, it's an angry film with a very angry character, and that is Glenn Powell's character, and I think that he's maybe slightly too angry in the movie.
I think it's not just that he's too angry, because it's like he's angry at the system, and the system is bad. But he has put himself in this position, which kind of undercuts things. But also, him being too angry, it's kind of because the writing doesn't make him anything else but that.
He has no personality.
It feels like it's forced. He feels like an angry teenager trying to be edgy and trying to be rebellious. Also, a lot of his anger in the movie, it has to do with him smashing glass. This fool must have broke about 3 windows and about 4 screens in the movie. If you don't have no glass around here, because that shit's gonna be gone. He'll run through your goddamn glass door because he's mad.
I love how he's telling his wife, I get fired from these jobs. I keep standing up for my guys. And then the more you see this, you're like, bro, you got fired because you got an anger problem.
Yeah, no, you
got anger.
You're not telling the whole truth.
No, you got fired because everywhere you went, you broke shit. And didn't have the money to pay for it. Get your ass out of here.
Insurance, right? No, ain't got that shit.
Yeah. It's also in the movie, he's so angry. Let me see if I can find this here. He's so mad that it's kind of a superpower for him. He's so angry that even a cattle prod don't affect him.
I know,
right? He's so mad that anger just absorbs the bolts right there. I mean, that would electrocute a man right there.
The electricity is scared to run through his body. That whole it's like, you can't do that. No.
Come me, man, your hand would be fried. You come back and have like a drumstick. Sitting up there trying to be badass and look at somebody. Yeah, more. Nah, man, I was like, come on. Okay, this anger shit. Y'all need to tone this down. I get it. Because this don't feel genuine right here. Yeah, and I do love it. There is one part that did feel genuine because he tried to be a hero one too many times. He just stand up for people throughout the movie just so he could start some shit. And somebody told him, they said, you better get your ass back in line. You won't tell me what to do. Oh. Next shot, he went back in line. Head down. All right.
I'm sorry.
I'll do it this time. He beat his ass.
Even behind the person behind the glass was looking at him. You gonna break this glass too?
We need to break glass now.
But it's like, man, are you here for your daughter or not? Do you want to be on these shows? He wants to kick you out of the building.
It's I think the anger thing is laid on a little too thick, and I get it. His character, I haven't read the book, but from what I understand, his character in the book is angry. Probably not that.
Not that.
I can't be that angry.
But as far as Edgar Wright goes, man, me being so excited for him to direct this movie, I think Edgar Wright puts his humor in this film. You can definitely see it in certain parts. If you know Edgar Wright's early stuff, they call it the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah.
If you've seen Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and Night at the
Drink at the end of the pub at the end of the world, or
not? Yeah, So it was the weaker of all of them, really.
Yeah.
But all those movies are ridiculous satires of genre films. Zombies, sci-fi, action, while still having some really good characters in there. Shaun of the Dead has a surprisingly very deep dramatic moment in there. Yeah. But the problem here is that he doesn't go full Edgar Wright with this. He doesn't go over the top enough. I mean, with things like that, maybe. But the reason why I'm saying this, and this is for me, y'all may have a different opinion on this. But I think you end up with a lot of goofy humor that feels inconsistent. with the rest of the film. And I think a lot of this is caught between comical satire, like RoboCop. Except RoboCop goes all the way,
and it was smart.
Yeah, RoboCop was one of the most intelligent, over the top ass movies I've ever seen. Paul Verhoeven went for it.
Yeah.
Paul Verhoeven said, around,
yeah, that's right.
They're just doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now you gonna know me. He went all the way for it, man. Even the first Running Man from '87 kind of goes over the top, man. Because it knows what it is. It's very aware of what it is. But this movie, I think, man, it's this right here. What it's trying to do is it's trying to be. It's at times. It looks like it's about to go to that crazy area of satire, and then at other times it looks like it's just kind of playing it like a straight action film with a sense of humor.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just like, man, this doesn't, because when the goofy stuff comes in, it stands out, and I'm like, this kind of feels like a different movie now.
Right. Yeah, that especially later when Michael Cera comes in.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, okay, well, he's bringing a bunch of the humor that it felt like it was almost going to do. But it doesn't last too long.
No.
And then it gets into, well.
Michael Cera plays a guy who's, he's one of the people in the underground. You would almost call him a conspiracy theorist today, but he has a reason for fighting the authority, due to something that happened to him and his family at one time. I'll tell you what it is. But man, his part feels like it's like a straight Edgar Wright comedy.
Yeah. It feels like a different movie.
This comes very close to feeling like it's from a different film. I mean, I'm serious. They play it up to where it's a lot of it's like of this movie is just it's a lot of humor that they put in there, but this is straight comedy.
Oh yeah,
this part right here.
But none of this movie felt like Edgar Wright to me, except for that part.
Yeah. And I wish something like this. I don't care if it was close to the book or not. I wish Edgar Wright had really gone for it.
Yeah.
With this,
I feel like he wanted to, but this movie's also juggling something else, and I'm pretty sure you'll get into it in a little bit. It's like there's a message in the movie of like what this whole movie's really even about. And I feel like they were trying to juggle those two things.
But see, the thing is, if you ever watch, have you ever seen RoboCop? Hell no, you ain't seen RoboCop. What the hell?
No.
You ain't. It's before 90s. It's before 2000.
Yeah.
But I'm not. All joking aside, if you want to see what we're talking about, go watch RoboCop. RoboCop is a movie where they had that message, but to do that message, they went crazy satirical with it. And the message got across, but it wasn't trying to be serious about it, but it was there. And the thing is that for it going that far, for going for it that way, that movie it just stood out on its own.
Oh yeah,
nothing like it still.
Yeah. Still to this day, even when they try to do a remake, it's like, no, see, you
took everything out of it that made it RoboCop.
Yeah, I think I watched the remake.
Yeah, it's almost like they read the premise on the box and said, "Oh, well, we can make that." It's like that's not what this movie ended up being, though. I tell you, as this movie goes, that was an amazing trailer, and even rewatching it, I was like, man. That movie and that trailer, that's the movie I want to see. Because what we got was not quite that. I mean, all the same scenes are there, but all the Edgar Wrightness is out of it except for that one little part.
Yeah.
And everything else, honestly, from the very first couple scenes, I thought things were going horribly wrong. Because I thought the writing was really bad. Because it comes in with two characters speaking exactly what's going on. They're kind of hiding the exposition. Well, I can't hire you because you did this, this, and this. Yeah, but I did it for these guys. And then he gets home to his wife and he's explaining all these plot points. I was like, y'all should have just done a crawl because you ain't fooling anybody with this back and forth. And it's something you said about something being felt genuine. And that was the thing about this movie. It just none of it felt genuine. It felt like it was just moving, like they rushed through the beginning where you should really get to know these characters and get to know something about them. Yeah. And I was like, well, maybe they're doing that because the action is going to be just so gonzo. And it wasn't. I mean, it's there. It's not like it's not competently done, but it's nothing special. And it's just moving back and forth. And at times, it doesn't feel like it's escalating or ratcheting up.
If there wasn't these spots of Edgar Wright's originality coming through, his sense of humor. I might have been able to probably accept this more as a straight action film. Again, a straight action film with a lot of humor. Maybe borderline on comedy. But, it kind of feels like it's in contrast to a lot of scenes in the movie. There are parts that are just straight out campy. And you don't want to mix camp in with even, camp can't even sit down with silly. Camp got to have the whole room to itself.
Right.
And you got
and camp is hey,
yeah.
And silly is just silly.
Yeah, there's a lot of this movie is silly, and it's fine because it's over. This is an exaggerated world, very much so. But there's a lot of contrast to some not very campy scenes, which is still, I think, on their own are fine. It's just it just seems tame now when you have the movie just going crazy in other parts, like the stuff with the family, and then Ben's friend. Moley, played by William H. Macy, who doesn't have a big part in the movie, but these things are kind of playing it straight here. And listen, I tell you, as it gets closer to the climax, because it's supposed to kind of ratchet things up, as it gets closer to the climax, the movie feels like it's actually kind of straightened up and being like, no, for real, y'all, though. Greed, corruption is bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been laughing at everything, but let's be serious now.
Yeah, be serious. Everybody stop laughing now.
I mean, say what you will about that 87 movie, man, but it was always aware of what it was, and it was consistent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, as you said, young Julian here, it's trying to balance a lot, and it topples over several times.
Boy, does it.
Trips over its own dick several times.
There's a certain thing that this movie does, and I'm just not buying it. I wouldn't even buy it. I wouldn't even buy it if it was on Shopify. But we do have to give a word out to our sponsor, which is Shopify. And I like telling y'all about Shopify because you, the Toasted community, there's so many people in there that are very talented. You make toys, you make clothes, you make jewelry, you make things I haven't even thought of yet. But I would know about it if you put it on Shopify, and then you could become your own business person, your own online entrepreneur. And the best place to start is, that's right, let me hear you. Shopify, that's right. Listen, Shopify. No, that's the bootleggers. Shopify. No, don't go there. I'll try to rip you off. Shopify is the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world, and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., they come from household names such as Mattel, Gymshark, so many other places out there. You can get in there and start your own design studio because they have so many templates in place for you to use. Also, you can accelerate that creation because Shopify is packed with AI tools that help to write product descriptions, page headlines. They're going to make your pictures more appealing and make people want to buy your stuff even more. And you can get the word out because you have a marketing team like Shopify behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling. And here's the best thing. Shopify is your e-commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond, stuff that you don't want to deal with. Let's be honest. Let Shopify help you out with that because you need to start making some money. Also, Shopify wants to help you save some money to make some money. So this is what I want you to do. Put in all lowercase, shopify.com/toasted, and you'll get a $1 per month trial period. Once again, that is shopify.com/toasted, all lowercase. I want to thank Shopify for sponsoring this portion of the show. And I want to thank all of you out there for your support. So I might disagree with you with some things here. You might like this movie less than I do. I don't know yet, but I am feeling you, sir. I am hearing what you're saying. I do not disagree with anything that you're saying. Maybe not to the same degree, but I do understand. Because I think what keeps this movie from going off the rails for me is that even though it's not embracing what I keep saying is the Edgar Wright humor, that's just what I want, I still don't think it takes itself that seriously. I still think that, except for one part that we already talked about, and we'll get into it because I agree with y'all on that. But I think it never, for the most part, it doesn't take itself too seriously. So it mainly wants to entertain. It is an action film. It's a humorous action film. It wants to really concentrate and be all about the action and the humor, but also just enough. Like I said, I thought that the character of Ben was pretty sympathetic. I do agree with you. The dialogue is not that great.
No,
in fact,
it's awful.
Yeah,
I kept stopping
really
and saying, what, that don't feel right. For you, it's the exposition. For me, it's when he's trying to be angry.
It felt like a put on.
Yeah,
he was
he
saying stuff you would never say, even if you were mad.
Well, he was just doing. I mean, like he was sounding like a drunk dude at the bar.
Yeah,
who's trying to be tough. He's slamming tables all the time. You don't want to talk to me like that. Yeah, whatever, man. Sit your ass down. I do think the social commentary works because I think it was effective enough to make me frustrated. Because it does touch on people accepting lies and propaganda and happily creating their miserable conditions. Which this is what we're doing today. They keep us distracted with stupid entertainment, with fighting each other, and also just flat out lying to us. To me, it was kind of scary how, like I said, this is pretty much an action comedy. Okay, so there's nothing horrible about this. It definitely ain't the Long Walk, even though I had funny moments in there. But this is pretty lighthearted. If once you get right down to it, it's silly, and but it was scary to me how much this did kind of reflect what's going on right now. Yeah. And we're watching this and still can't see how full of shit we are. Even Paramount putting this out is ironic. Yeah, because Paramount wants to buy a network so they can just control the news and put out bullshit. The supporting characters, they're not very well written. I think that they would be
in and out.
Well, I think that they are types that would be forgettable if you did not have the actors in there doing a great job with it. Josh Brolin, who plays Killian, the person. I don't know if that was his name in the book, but Killian, But Josh Brolin, man, as Dan Killian, look, he's a typical evil executive. That's all he is.
Yeah, don't go in there expecting no weapons, Josh Brolin.
No, there's nothing deep about him at all. But it's a fun role. Like I said, nobody's taking the character seriously. I have fun watching him. He's just being devilish in the movie. He's showing his power by taking every insult with a smile. And he always giving, every time somebody tells me, man, f*** you, he's always got some positive encouragement or something. That's the spirit. There you go. That's what I like. That's what the people want to see. Coleman Domingo, though.
No, he good.
Coleman Domingo. Shit, he's the real running man because he almost ran off with this movie right here.
He steals every scene.
Every time he's on camera, it's his movie. It's almost like you better not put that camera on him because he upstages everybody. He's just that good. But it's for a small part because he's the hype man for the show.
Yeah, I was like, his role don't even call for it.
And, well, in a way, I can see it. I mean, and look, even if they didn't need him in the movie, thank God they did because he's just. Every time he's on the screen, man, he's so much fun.
He's so much fun, and he's at an energy level that's up here. That nothing else in the movie comes even close to.
That is true.
This is America, goddammit! And we don't put up with no bullshit!
Bobby T is a showman.
He's so charismatic that audiences don't even realize they're being manipulated.
I've interviewed him. I'm gonna tell you, I think that's him in real life. Because he came on dressed like that character. Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he came on like that's a little conservative right there. When I interviewed him, his shirt was wide open, his chest was freshly shaved. Yeah, he was wearing makeup and had his face all moisturized and everything. And I said, man, because he's gay, and I said, man, you better watch out. You gonna make these ladies come after you. And he's like, if they want to look, I don't mind, long they don't touch. I said, if you're flamboyant ass, I was like, man, you were so good. You were smooth. Yeah, I love Coleman Domingo. He's amazing.
Amazing actor.
Yeah,
he really is.
He's one of them characters where it's like, man, I can't wait for him to get back on screen.
Yeah. Lee Pace plays one of the main hunters, the main hunter, Evan McCone. He's the flattest one. He ain't nothing but a cartoon G.I. Joe villain.
They don't really get into his backstory until the third act.
Yeah,
like, I don't get
I mean, it was an interesting twist with his backstory, but not that interesting.
No, and you kind of see it coming.
I mean, I didn't see it coming, but I was like, oh, okay, they chose number 15. Okay.
Yeah, you know, he's I mean, they're not asking much out of him. You know, he's a hunter. He's supposed to be a villainous guy tracking down people. He does have a little bit of backstory near the end, so it's a little bit more to him. But like I say, I think on purpose he is pretty much a cartoon character.
Yeah, Joe.
He got a mask and a beret on.
No, you're right.
And that beret never comes off. It's glued to that mask.
It don't matter what he do.
Yeah, there are explosions and everything. That hat stays on. I think the action in the movie is pretty good. I do love that hotel part. Where he's trying to escape from the hotel. I think it's a fun chase having him go. He's going in and out the hotel trying to evade the hunters, swinging from a wire with nothing but they say Glen Powell and a towel right there. Let me ask you this. You probably didn't like it, but I just want to see how you felt about this because I think when it got to this part, this is where I disliked the movie the most. But I did like the scene in the private jet where he's fighting. I won't say what's happening right here, but it's nothing that they haven't done before. You know, the jet gets out of control. It goes topsy turvy. It looks like it's anti-gravity in there. I thought it was well staged. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the thing that led up to that part was very tense. You know, Ben is given some big choices to make, and I think that it was kind of. For a moment I was on the edge of my seat as we led up to that, and we got to that part. That ending, however, man.
Boy, did not stick the ending or the landing.
No. And even the more I think about it, I was like, that feels so like reshoots.
That's what I was thinking.
Like whatever they had before tested poorly, and they went in and did massive reshoots for that ending. And I was like, I don't know what you had before, but it could not have been worse than what it ends up being.
But this isn't the only movie to do this. I have a problem. This is a trope.
Oh yeah.
That I have. Whenever you have these dystopian movies, the more mainstream they are, the more they want the crowd to feel good when they leave the theater. They don't want them to be depressed. So with this film right here, what happens is, like so many movies that take on social commentaries, but wants to stay in that middle ground of being entertaining. But you don't want to make people too upset. You can feel that the movie is, it's at the end is kindly showing us the door. And telling us you ain't got to stay here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay in this movie right here.
Yeah,
it's a rushed. They wrap the climax. That's where it falls apart. It's a rushed conclusion.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell how they are just rushing a solution here.
Yeah. It's a rushed conclusion that even when they explain it, you go, no, that doesn't make sense what you just did.
Yeah. In order to make the crowd feel good when they leave the theater, it's in a rush to solve things. You don't. Whatever's happening in this movie, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of mainstream dystopian movies do this. Hell, the first Running Man did it. All these things are going on, and then all the country's problems are solved in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Look like they're on their way. This stuff does not.
Ready Player One.
Yeah. I'm not asking for realism. I'm not asking for. I know what I'm in. I'm in a popcorn action film.
Right. The ending of the book is depressing.
Yeah.
So they're probably not going to go with that.
Yeah.
But they could have shit.
I mean, we're adults. They could have.
But the more mainstream the movie is, like I said, they want to make sure, because the movie is fun. Movies, are wants to be fun. So it's not going to end with something depressing. I get it. Just don't rush it at the end. Or just come up with another solution that doesn't feel as phony as this does.
Right.
Hell, listen, at this point, I say, you know what to say this? If the whole cast, even everybody that died, had come out like a Bollywood movie and actually started doing the Running Man. Throw the Roger Rabbit and Kevin Patch in there too. If you listen,
I like that better.
Yeah, if you're gonna go out your way to make us happy, you're gonna rush it. Let's just do that. You know, but I understand them trying to make it something where they don't want to depress people, because if you're anything like me, I found it depressing, like I said, how close it is to what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Healthcare is bad. You know, people are so gullible and they're controlled by obvious lies. They even have something that they're making fun of the Kardashians, the Americanos.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I said, Paramount, they just kind of laugh at putting this out. They ain't gonna know nothing, put it out like that. That's stupid. But I don't know, man. I'm eager to hear what y'all have to say, because it definitely sounds like y'all like it less than I did. But again, you heard how I've kind of gone in and picked up these problems.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what you liked about it.
I like the action. Like I said, I like Glenn Powell, and you know, to repeat, you know, what I said before, I'm not going to take it that seriously, because I don't think it's taking itself that seriously. I did have a lot of fun with the action. I did find some of the humor in there funny. I did laugh at a lot of things. You know, because there are parts where I think when it works, it works. It's just an inconsistent film. You know, you really do have things that are kind of clashing with each other. And like I said, when it gets goofy, it really stands out. Had that tone been consistent through the whole film, it might be forgiving. But when it's going up against some parts that are not as ridiculous, or not as goofy, or not as campy, it just seemed bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's kind of just throughout the whole movie. Like I said, from the beginning, but I kept waiting for the writing to get better, and it just kind of didn't. You know, Coleman Domingo, like I said, he's great, but he's up here, and the rest of the movie's not matching it. So even he feels like a separate part of things. It's a collection of pieces that never really coalesce together. Yeah, I just like I said, I just couldn't find a genuine moment in it for me where I really connected. And halfway through, I was like, I don't really care about what happens to anybody here.
What would your rating be?
My rating would be it'd be a rental, kind of almost a low rental.
Damn. Well,
I mean,
go ahead.
Just to say, this being the return of Edgar Wright and watching that trailer, people always ask me, what movie are you looking forward to? And I was like, I don't look forward to movies. But this is actually the one I was looking forward to.
I was too.
So it's like a big disappointment for me.
Yeah, I was too, because he did one of my favorite movies, Baby Driver. I love that movie. I know y'all like that movie, but I love that movie, man.
I don't hate it. I like it. I didn't hate it.
But yeah, going into this, I will say the good positive things about this movie, like y'all said, Glenn Powell, I thought he brought it. You know what I'm saying? I thought he's amazing in the film. I thought the action is really great as well in the film. And I think like all around, it's really a fun movie. The biggest problem with this film is that there's really bad pacing issues, especially when we get into that third act. And the fact that the movie does not land. It does not stick its landing.
I've heard some people say that it did slow down a certain point.
Oh, yeah, it's like it's like when it hits that climax, it's just like it just becomes a little bumpy, and it becomes to the point where you say like, I can't wait till this ends. Mm-hmm. Like that was me in that third act. I was sitting there like, okay, I don't really care. Like I understand the message y'all are putting out, and I think especially in this political climate we're in right now, I think this is actually the movie to put out. But it's like whenever it happens in that third act, I was kind of like, yeah, I don't really care anymore. Like I know like the movie keeps trying to stop to tell everybody like, hey, this is what the movie about. But it was like, all right, I'm over this. I'm over this.
Why did you not? What was it about it that made you not care?
I think it's just the point that, okay, you know, early on in the film, they subtly do it. You know, it's kind of like, oh yeah,
a little heavy.
Yeah, but I think they just go too heavy, and especially in that airplane scene. I don't want to explain too much about it, but there's something that happens, and they just like they would talk about it early, but they just stopped the movie, you know, in that airplane scene. And I was like, all right, like especially with these uneven tones, this don't really work here. You know, that's where I was kind of like, all right, I can't wait for this movie to end. And then that whole how they like you said, how they wrapped it up. I was like, y'all really was serious with that? Like somebody watched that and was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go that route. Like I don't know. Watching this movie, it felt like there was two different writers, and they were just completely on two different sides. Like there's no common ground in this.
It's funny because the writing credit goes to Edgar Wright and two people named Michael with the same exact name.
What?
Yeah. I saw we're looking at it on the slide before it started and thought it was a typo, but when the movie starts, it's like Michael something and Edgar Wright. But those two Michaels have the same first and last name.
Fighting
Yeah,
themselves.
man, about to say, man, that's why the script is fighting itself. No, I'm Michael. I wrote this. Yeah.
But I'll say, I'll wrap this up. But I'll say I really did enjoy like those 2/3. But when it comes to that ending, I was just like, yeah, I'm just not liking
so what would
this
you
at
give
all.
it then?
I'll probably go a little matinee.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, and I'm just gonna go matinee. I think it's fun. I mean, really, when they say popcorn movie,
Yeah.
and popcorn is playing a big part because now y'all paying $80 for popcorn buckets.
You'll enjoy the popcorn.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. You definitely pay more for it. but yeah, it's a matinee for me. I wish. One thing you said is that trailer did show more promise than the actual movie delivered, I think. But
It's because that trailer's tone is consistent
yeah,
when you watch it.
yeah. But but once I put that aside and saw the parts that I was genuinely enjoying, and compared that in ratio to the parts that I thought were not as good, disappointed, yeah, but still entertaining. So definitely just a more empty way than I thought I would be, or in a way where I thought, wow, this is a director who did not, who wasn't allowed to have his potential be shown. And if he was going to show that potential, it should be with something that's crazy over the top like this. So yeah, it's a matinee, just a matinee, plain matinee, plain old vanilla matinee. Well, would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon, where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.